The game of life. How do you play? Who sets the rules? Who says the same rules apply to everyone the same way? We always hear people say, life's a game. In many ways, that's true, but not like GTA or Mortal Kombat. You don't get any extra lives, nor can you roll over a grid and money pops out. To play this game, you have to have discipline, be diligent, and have patience. Because we live in a microwave society, people feel like it's too hard, or if it's a process to go through, it's not worth it. We want it now, hot and ready, like Little Caesars. But the Most High created this earth through a process, not in an instance. I wonder why. To be honest, we all grew up differently, but we all have similar needs and desires. If there's one thing I can say for sure, we need knowledge, which is the key to open many doors. If I can, I'm going to take a few minutes and tell you what my mom would call a Corey story. When I was in school, I was one of the coolest kids. From the outside, I had no problems. People liked me. Let's just say it was cool to be Corey. But on the inside, I had a huge problem. I couldn't read or spell fluently. Yeah, I could formulate words and sentences, but never read fluently or spell fluently. It was never a problem. I normally just had someone else to do it for me until I got to the 12th grade. You're going to play the game so long before the game starts to play you. I got kicked out of school. First day, second semester, 12th grade year. Yeah, the game has a funny way of teaching you a lesson. And at this point, I had no job and hadn't finished my education. My mom gave me two choices. Either go to Job Corps or get out the house. So what do? I found the job. Yeah, I found the job, all right. Unloading trucks. The Most High can teach you a lesson through any means. And one of the lessons that changed my life was inspired by a smoker. He would ask me every day, young boy, why are you here? He didn't mean on the back of his truck. He wanted to know why I was here in life. I didn't understand the question until he told me he too was once the coolest kid in school. And he too also got kicked out. The rest of the time he told me, be better than me. Then I asked myself, what if they did or where are they now segment on you from the school and they found you on the back of this truck with these onions? Captain Cool. I hated that thought, not for my classmates, but for myself. I hated who I became, so I learned to read, and I got blessed to go back to school and found my passion, business. So I'm going to skip a few years, and it's now 2010. I've graduated high school, I have 2 business degrees, and entering into my 6th-year business. The second location is opening up in Montevallo, right in front of Thompson Elementary. We're booming. Everything's going great. So I took a vacation. And on that vacation, I got a call. Bruh, I had a dream about you. That sounds funny. But he was a family friend, so I had to listen to him. And what he said transformed my life. Bro, you about to go on vacation? Yeah, I know. I'm here now. No, not like the one you on now. In my dream, you going to prison. What? You tripping. I'm going to holler at you later. Bro, hold on. Before you hang up, I know you don't want to hear this. But you know my dreams are never wrong. And to prove to you, Michael Jackson's going to die before you come back from vacation. If that happens, call me. Man, bro, I know you tripping now. I hung up the phone. It was on my mind, but it went on my mind. But it was on my mind. A few days passed by. Breaking news. Pop star Michael Jackson passed away. What? Hold on, the news tripping. Who died today? Bruh said, if Michael Jackson passed, I'm going to prison. That can't be right. This can't be life. I ain't never been locked up no more than a few hours. I sell clothes to people that want to look fresh and pay less. I don't get this. We back from vacation. It's been a few weeks, and I figured maybe bro was wrong. Ain't nothing happening this time. We had just finished breakfast. It was a beautiful Sunday morning. It was like a scene from a movie. The day was perfect until my son went to the car. He came back in. He had a look on his face. I was like, bro, what's wrong? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was like, yo, what you locked the keys in the car or something? He's like, no, not like that. When I went outside, they were everywhere. Who was everywhere? Like I said, it was a scene from the movie. ATF, FBI, DEA, the police, all in my front yard. I got a letter that stated the United States versus Corey Bishop. I thought to myself, you mean to tell me the entire U.S. is mad at me for selling shoes? I got to give a shout out to my man, Northside Weezer. He put that in the song. He got one of them letters too. It's crazy, right? Sam Walton said it best. Buy it cheap, sell it heap. That's what I did. I got 2 college degrees that reinforce that idea. Sometime on your path, the road to take you down, you never thought you'd be on. But sometimes that road can save your life. That's what prison did for me. You have a few choices. You can either learn a lesson, or you can stay the way that you came. I'm here today because of the lessons that I learned in prison. Life is real, not like on TV. I met many great men in prison. Doctors, lawyers, professional athletes, all hit by life. Some hit harder than others, but we all wanted one thing, and that was freedom. Not from ourselves or the prison system, because we knew we would get that in time, but freedom from the generation of curses that has been placed on our minds. If your body is incarcerated, that's one thing, but if your mind is incarcerated, then you have a problem. Once I realized that I had been locked up all my life, and not just that short period of time in the penitentiary, it was then and only then that I realized the only way to truly be free is to say yes to my life. Say yes to my purpose. Say yes to taking life on and enduring its challenges. The biggest fight you'll ever have is not with anybody else. It's in your own mind. African proverb says, if you can defeat the enemy within, then the enemy without can do you no harm. So that means if you want to beat a man, you have to beat him in his mind first. You have to learn to take ownership of your mistakes. Take ownership of your shortfalls. Take ownership of your problems. And then take ownership of the solutions that get those problems solved. Fault and responsibility are doors only wisdom and knowledge have the keys to. Now that I'm aware and enlightened and prepared to be released from prison, but when I came home, it was a different world from where I came from. I had no wife, no kids, not even a home. And again, I had it all. So what do you do when you have nothing? You stand tall. Get it out the mud. No matter what you do for others, be prepared if they don't return the favor. I didn't get any letters nor visits, so I knew where we stood. So I was mentally prepared for the loss and to take responsibility for my life. Rebuild, renew, and refresh. For 6 months, I walked about 8 miles to the shop at 5 o'clock in the morning. Good thing my big brother kept the shop open while I was incarcerated. They gave me a solid foundation to start from. I was excited about rebranding myself. Yes, I had some challenges. No money, no car, not even a home. But I was one step closer to total freedom. And to get to where I was going, in life, I had to believe it and see it long before I got there. I had to give praises to the Most High for the guidance throughout the process, thanking Him for the highs and lows on my journey. October the 1st, 2015, we opened up Refresh Clothes 2 in the shopping center in between two major retail stores. The game of life. Who sets the rules? You do if you take responsibility for your life. If you live your life in the future and prepare for it in the present, you can win at the game of life. But you had to play this game as if your life depends on it. Because you know, it really kind of does.